How's it going, everyone? My name is Anthony, aka Comics Are Great, coming to you live from the vault. Sorry, I'm still in the middle of doing some stuff here while getting on. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Give me 1 second. Just trying to jump to the YouTube part of my channel so I could see, things near screen. Uh, Sorry I'm late. Just had to take care of a couple things. So I see my brother, Contour 75. How's it going, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Worst wait time ever. Get out of here, man. You know, Tell me about some of the rides in Disney World. See how much longer you gotta wait. But I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. If you guys are watching this on the rewind, this is Friday. So I hope you're still not processing, all the food that you ate. I know I did. My wife and my mother made a slamming meal yesterday. So again, Mom, Vivian, thank you. The ham, the rice, the uh man, I can't even remember straight. The potato salad, the pumpkin bread, okay, the corn casserole, it was all great. It was off the hook. Okay. I don't know when was the last time I had 2 plates of food, 2 full plates, so it was really good. And I hope that whoever's watching this, that your Thanksgivings were equally as enjoyable. All right. So, uh, if you like videos like this, if you've seen some of my previous one, please subscribe, smash that like button. I would really appreciate it. Okay. The itis afterwards. Yeah, that's true. As long as it's not, the bathroom itis, because people be going to the bathroom quite a bit, afterwards. But anyway, either that or as long as it's not heartburn or anything like that, because that's the gift that keeps on giving. But anyway, one thing I did remember to do that I didn't do on the last show is to turn on my microphone. So hopefully that'll be the first and the last time I do something like that. It was a bit embarrassing, but I managed to edit it out. I may wind up redoing it, because since it was Batman Volume 2 and I was a little off on certain subjects. But hopefully I will do better with this one. So, uh, like I said, this is CRG's Comics number 3. All right. And today, instead of Batman, because there is a Batman Volume 3, and they're up to issue number 126, 127. But today I want to switch to Marvel, and it's Spider-Man. Okay. I've got close to 200 Spider-Man comics alone. Okay. That's not including Miles Morales, Venom, Carnage, which I do have a couple here and there. Uh, Spider Gwen. Okay. I mean, there's so much Spider-Man, just like how DC has Batman with Nightwing, Robin, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, okay, Joker, and all of the miniseries that they have. Spider-Man's the same thing with Marvel. All right. So this is going to be Spider-Man from the beginning of my collection. Okay. Now, Batman is at least straightforward. DC has volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. With Spider-Man, they go to volume 1, goes into volume 2, goes back to volume 1, goes to volume 3, goes back to volume 1. Okay. Then they have legacy numbering. Okay. So I just decided to do beginning to end. Now, again, my thing is mainly modern comics. I really don't, I have no Silver Age, no Bronze Age, okay, and maybe 1 or 2 Copper Age, and that's it. Everything else is modern. And as usual, if there's something that you see that you like, that you appreciate here, and you want to make a deal with me, you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter at ComicsRGreat, just like how it's spelled on this channel. Okay, or you can leave me a message on Whatnot. All right, those are the three major platforms that I have. Also, I do have a list of items on Macari.com, all under the same name. Okay, so I hope that makes it easier. So in any case, let's get the show on the road. All right, so the first issue I have here is Amazing Spider-Man number 328. Okay, this was one of the last issues, if not the last issue, done by Todd McFarlane. Okay, he started his run on issue 298. Excuse me. I used to have a number of those issues, but I've sold them off. And this is the last one, but this is, as you can see, Spider-Man is fighting the Gray Hulk. All right, and it's around this time where he was developing the Captain Universe powers. Okay, so that's why he punches the Hulk and the Hulk gets rocketed into orbit. Okay, and the Hulk doesn't normally freak out, but this time he does. Okay, especially considering it's Spider-Man. Okay, but like I said, it's a great book. The artwork's fantastic. Okay, and this was so good that Marvel decided to make it into a reprint for true believers, which you can actually get this for $1. Okay, it's same material, okay, same artwork and everything, okay, but a whole lot cheaper. Okay, and that's if you could possibly find this, because some of these true believers books you can't find, and I wouldn't be surprised if they wind up doing a reprint of the reprint like they've actually done with a few of them. Okay, so the next one I have is Amazing Spider-Man number 441, and this was officially the last volume 1 issue before they wound up going back. Okay, and as you can see, this is called the final chapter, part 1. Norman Osborn decides to get some of his cronies together, and they undergo some weird ceremony that's supposed to give one of them godlike powers. The rest of them have different types of powers. I forget what it was, but like I said, this is part 1. On the flip side, we've got Peter Parker Spider-Man, which is part 2. And so I neglected to mention that there are 1 or 2 miniseries that go through different Spider-Man books, but they're connected with the main Spider-Man run. So I decided to do that, like with this one. And well, this book shouldn't be here. But like I said, we have this is part 2, and as you can see, you got the Green Goblin versus Spider-Man. All right, and we got the Spectacular Spider-Man number 263, which is final chapter part 3. And actually, this is the last issue of the Spectacular Spider-Man. Now that I remember, Marvel was kind of gonna cut off all the Spider-Man runs and start fresh with Amazing Spider-Man number 1, which you'll see in a minute. So like I said, Peter Parker Spider-Man ended with number 98, which is this issue here. Okay, which is the final chapter, part 4. It ended Spectacular Spider-Man with number 263, and it ended Amazing Spider-Man with number 441. Okay, and we've got one of the main supporters of my channel here, Jay Salsa. What's up, dude? I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving with you and your family. I hope that you decided to give your kids the day off with the lawn mowing. Okay, because I heard from a little cat that you were cracking the whip yesterday. All right, so I'll I'll leave it to your imagination as to who that little kitty cat was. All right. And I did get your contact information. So probably tomorrow, if I remember, I'll contact you and we'll do something about getting you those Batman annuals. Okay. And we got my man All Out of Bubblegum. How's it going, dude? I hope you had a great Thanksgiving as well. All right, so we got some company here with my brother, Contour75. So I hope you guys enjoy what you're seeing here. You have seen some of these books before if you've been on Whatnot, like my man All Out of Bubblegum. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for the support. I really do appreciate it, guys, from the bottom of my heart. So with Spider-Man, going back to Spider-Man, we jumped to volume 2. So this is Amazing Spider-Man number 1. And as you can see, this is from January 1999. And sorry about the autofocus there. I'll try to keep myself settled so that way that doesn't happen often. And let me see. This was done by the famous John Byrne. Okay, he decided to pick up his pencils again one last time on Spider-Man, and he did an awesome job. I mean, no denying it. And as you can see, we got issue number 2. And of course, as you can see with this question, let's see, we got absolutely. I hope everyone had a great T-Bird day also. Absolutely, man. Let's see, I'm digging the McFarlane one. Haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah, I'm telling you, anyone who's been in the comics, you'll see some stuff that, will dig up some memories. I mean, the McFarlane one, that was from the early 90s, so that for it to be as good a shape as it's in, that goes without saying. But that artwork, which he still does from time to time, is timeless. Okay. Because he is the one, the only, the Todd Father, as we like to call him. Okay. So we're gonna jump forward a number of issues, and this starts a, a run that I decided to do um, because the one, the only J. Michael Straczynski was what picked up the writing duties for Spider-Man, and anyone who knows Babylon 5 knows that he was the creator of that series. Okay, great series. Ran for 5 seasons. There was a different Babylon 5 show, which was so. But the main series was absolutely excellent with Bruce Boxleitner and a few others. Andreas Katsoulis, okay, among others. So definitely check it out if you into sci-fi shows. But in any case, this one talks about Spider-Man's spider powers specifically. Okay, you get introduced by a gentleman by the name of Ezekiel. The cover was done by the one, the only J. Scott Campbell. And the interiors, believe it or not, were done by the same artist who is doing Spider-Man now, which is John Romita Jr. All right, so we got here at Flipside, issue number 31. Okay, and also I forgot to mention that they started keeping track of the legacy numbers in a sense before they were known as legacy. So like this one, even though it's issue 31, this was also hashtag number 472. Okay, and we got here issue number 32. As you can see, we got the spider totem. All right, where Ezekiel seemed to get his powers from, even though Spider-Man got his powers from a radioactive spider, as we all know. Okay, but of course, they're saying that they could have been more mystical in nature rather than scientific. A big whoop. Um, issue number 33, we see the first actual cover appearance of Ezekiel. Doesn't make a big deal, but at least you can see how he looks, and you notice he is barefoot but still clinging to the wall because he pretty much has most of the same powers as Spider-Man, because his didn't come from a radioactive spider. It came from the spider totem. Okay. And I put quotes in that because they didn't know exactly what to do with it. There's a 12 issue storyline further on that kind of gets to the crux of that, which was never heard from again. But that's how much they really didn't like the way this was going. Unfortunately for Mr. Straczynski. All right, so we got here issue number 34. And this was interesting. The fact that the price and stuff was missing. I mean, they moved it from there and brought it down here for some reason. I guess because like the previous issues, they were posted in both places. But this time they only decided to do it in one place as a test run. Oh, because also, if when you get to issue 37, that's where the rating was. And there's no rating for this issue. So I don't know if that means something or it was a misprint, but whatever. So we got let me see. That was a confusing storyline when it came out. Yeah, that's true, dude. You got that right. I don't have issue 35. I wound up selling it. But the next one is a very memorable issue for unfortunately all the wrong reasons. And it is the 9/11 issue. Okay, so we all know this is when the Twin Towers fell in New York City, as well as the Pentagon getting hit and the airliner falling in Pennsylvania. Um, but for this issue, Marvel didn't know what to do, and they wanted to kind of continue the storyline, but not to do not do wrong, but they didn't want to trample on the memories of those who died. Okay, and I gotta admit, this was a tremendous issue. I love what they did with this. Okay, and the fact that they didn't make it into a fancy cover, it was an all black cover out of respect. And this was also on top of the Giant Heroes book that they did, which again, all of the writers and inkers volunteered their time. And personally speaking, as one who was there when the towers fell, I thought that they did the right thing. In any case, like as all things, everything must go on. So we got issue number 37. Like I said, this is where they started their rating. This one was PG. So the fact that I was missing in issue 34, that is questionable. Okay. So in this issue, because at the end of issue 35, um, what's his name? What's her name? Aunt May. Aunt May walks in on Peter Parker with he's sprawled out on his bed with his costume off. His costume is there on the floor. So she knows 100% for sure that he is Spider-Man. And between issue number 37 and issue number 38, they go into it in depth as far as her reaction. Um, what does she think about it? The fact that he's hid it from her all these years, and you know his how he the ramifications of him knowing that now she knows the truth. All right, so next one we got issue number 39, and this was part of Marvel's Nuff Said month. Okay, where all the issues that they put out had no text. Don't know if I really like that. Okay, it was a bit weird. It gave the artist a bit of a challenge that they had to draw the pictures a certain way that you knew what uh that the readers would have to know exactly what was going on without them knowing, without them being told what was going on. And yo, my man Arsenio, how's it going, dude? I hope that you had a great first Thanksgiving with your son. Okay. I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're relaxing and that your body's still digesting those Thanksgiving Thanksgiving meals here, Chilling, dude. Nah, that's good, man. Well, I hope you enjoy this. And thanks for coming on by. I really appreciate it. And guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Sorry about that. I forgot to do this to put this on Do Not Disturb here. This is just my ring going off, as I'm sure some people have heard it now and again wherever they're at. You got some CGC art back. Nice, dude. I hope that you put it up on your channel, man, because I definitely want to see what you got and what grade they came back. So all right, so we got here issue number 40, which is the next one. Okay, and Spider-Man's just doing his thing as usual. Again, same writer, same artist, James Michael Straczynski and John Romita Jr. We got issue number 41. All right, issue 42. As I'm gonna breeze through a few of these because since it's the same writers, the same artists, and they're just going through the story as usual. Okay, nothing really major happening here. Um, we got Spider-Man issue 43. Now, question: who does this look like? Okay, who do we know that leans forward in the rain? Okay, on a ledge. All right, there's no gargoyle here, but it is a very familiar ledge. All right, who do we know from DC? Hint, hint. Okay, that this kind of looks like in this position. Uh, Someone with a cow with pointy ears, with the emblem on his chest, with a different rodent, not a spider or someone else, obviously. We got here issue number 44. Right on one, my brother. Right on one. That might. Or it could be night. Was it Night Might? That's the new one that they came up with now. You know, I'll have to show that when we're finished. I gotta show Night Might. My comics right around here somewhere. It's ridiculous. So we got issue number 46. I forgot who did this cover because obviously it's not. Oh no, this was John Romita Jr. Okay, so he was by this time he was doing the covers on his own, not obviously not J. Scott Campbell. All right, so we got issue number 46. This one, believe it or not, was done by Frank Cho. Okay, nice regular looking cover, not typical of what Frank Cho normally does. Okay, and as we all know, he likes to draw very voluptuous women. Okay, sorry, hon. We got issue 47. Was this one Frank Cho? Yes, it was. Another Frank Cho cover. Okay. Even though, like I said, John Romita Jr. was still doing the interiors, so I guess he was being given a break. Issue number 48. Issue 49. I think this one was Romita Jr. I don't see his. There it is. Yes, John Romita Jr. We got his JR initials there embedded in the building. And fast forward, we got issue number 50, anniversary issue. Even though it really wasn't, this was an anniversary, but not anniversary issue. Because the price was the same, $225. But this was issue number 491. Obviously, they were saving it for issue number 500. And of course, what does Marvel do? They go back to the legacy numbering. Okay. So this is from this point forward, once again, it's triple digits, not double digits. So issue 500, the cover, as you guys can tell by the artwork, was done by J. Scott Campbell. The interiors were done by, it was written by Straczynski. Interiors were done by John Romita Jr. and John Romita Sr. So my little claim to fame, along with a lot of other people, that I actually own something that John Romita Sr. did in a modern comic book. So check it out. So fast forward a few issues, we got this is the director's cut for issue number 509. I'll bypass that one a little bit, and here's the original issue of 509, part of the Sins Pass part 1 storyline. Okay, and this cover was done by the cover and the interiors at this point were being done by Mike Deodato Jr. Okay, and Deodato is known for a more action-paced type of artwork, and I think that he would have done a better job with Spider-Man had the storyline not been so strange. Okay, it really wasn't a great storyline. And as you can see from issue number 5, I don't have 5. Okay, 510. Sorry about that. So we got issue 510 here, which is part 2. Sorry. Then we got part 3. And who does this look to you? Okay. So Marvel has always floated around this idea where they bring back Gwen Stacy in one form or another. Okay. And of course, this one supposedly looks like her, sounds like her, but you come to find out it's not her. That they concocted this cockamamie story that that her and her brother, because they're twins, okay, were the illegitimate children of Gwen Stacy and Norman Osborn. Ew. Okay. I mean, that's just you know, not to sound like old fogey-ish, but here Norman Osborn is the father of Peter Parker's best friend and Gwen Stacy's at the time, way back when. And to say that they did the dirty and he had kids, really they couldn't think of a better storyline than that. In any case, so this we got Sins Past Part 4, Sins Past Part 5, with the Green Goblin in the background. I mean, a great artwork by Diodato. Just like I said, the storyline, not so much. All right, and this is Part 6, and that's why, like with this 6-issue series, it's hard pressed to find anyone who would buy that set. And like I said, if anyone's interested in any of the books that you see here, you can hit me up on Instagram, okay, or on Twitter. Or if you have Macari, you can hit me up on Macari also. But Instagram and Twitter are the two preferable sources. Okay. So we got Amazing Spider-Man 529, and this is the first appearance of the Iron Spider costume. All right, the days of our lives. Yeah, but dude, that's like, I mean, really, I mean, obviously the story's fake, okay? But just knowing something like that, that's almost like if it was your best friend's dad, and that's Peter Parker's girlfriend. I mean, that's like, oh man, it honestly it turns my stomach a bit. Whoever came up with that, whoever was the editor and gave the go ahead on that story, I mean, really? You thought it was that good of an idea to print it? Really? You know? So, like I said, 529, obviously, Road to the Civil War. Tony Stark, who was in a mentor relationship with Peter Parker at this point, built him a brand new costume. Okay, great costume. Changed a lot of things. Obviously, in the MCU, we saw the fruition of this, and it looked great. By the way, I can't. I hope they continue to use it because it definitely is a game changer. And to me, because Tony Stark is dead in the MCU, I think it'll challenge Peter Parker to be more tech savvy, instead of just relying on the foot whip. So and this one is, as the years will go on, this one will be harder and harder to find in pristine condition. So hint, hint. All right, so we got issue number 530. Okay, again, continuing with the road to Civil War. Issue 531. I found this weird, that you got here Tony Stark, Captain America, and mind you, one has his costume off, the other one can eat with no mask on, but yet Spider-Man has his costume still on. Guess he likes it that much that he'll eat with it on, just move the mask up, kind of weird. 532, Civil War at this point is in full steam. One of the best storylines I've read, to tell you the truth, as far as the main storyline, heroes versus heroes. And of course, we saw that with Captain America: Civil War in the MCU. And the fact that they did it not once but twice. The second time around wasn't as good, but the first time, it really turned the Marvel 616 universe up on its head. And very different. DCU, in my opinion, has yet to do something that comes close to this. and don't be surprised that one day they will. So in issue 533, Peter Parker does the unthinkable and he reveals his identity to the world. And the funniest moment is when J. Jonah Jameson, he literally tells everyone to shut the hell up. Okay. Yeah, it was an amazing run. Absolutely. Yeah, Civil War definitely was an amazing run. But Jameson tells everyone to shut the hell up, that he wasn't going to miss this, that he was going to see who the hell Spider-Man was underneath that mask. And when he finds out it's Peter Parker, the guy he was working with all this time, the man faints. He passes out. It was rich. I mean, I think it was great. I mean, I'm surprised that he didn't go hopping mad, cursing out of his mind, because you know how his temperament is, okay? You're like, you mother, and this and that, So, any case, since of course, the lines were drawn for Civil War, so you got Spider-Man versus Captain America. That it's unthinkable. Because of course, since Tony Stark made Spider-Man's outfit, the Iron Spider suit, who is he going to be more loyal towards? And who knows, that probably was Tony Stark's, you know dig, just to be sure that he would get Spider-Man on his side, because Spider-Man is a linchpin. Okay, people know him, people respect him, people trust him. I mean, he's down in the down in the dirt. He gets his hands in there. He's not afraid to be there with the rest of the people instead of flying high in the sky, trying to keep himself clean. Okay, and mind you, J. Michael Straczynski was still writing this at this time. Okay, so this was 34 issues in. So I gotta hand it to the guy. And the artwork at this point, I should have mentioned it, was being done by Ron Garney. Ron Garney did an awesome job. Hopefully one of these days, if I see him at a con, I'll definitely, and if I still have these issues, I'll definitely get these signed by him. So we got issue 535. Peter Parker finally thinks about it, sits down, reasons with himself, and realizes, holy crap, what the hell am I doing? That he was being used all this time. And he fights Iron Man, okay, the guy who gave him the suit. What I find amusing is that, of course, Tony Stark, being the guy that he is, the futurist that he is, he knew that one day Spider-Man would turn on him. So he put a hack into the suit. Now, we know that Peter Parker's a photographer, but we forget sometimes that he was a scientist first. He's smart. He is brilliant. He put a hack on the hack. Okay. So he planned ahead of time as well. So, and it gave Tony Stark a moment of pause when he did that. So, and of course, because he flip-flopped, he's caught in the middle, and let's just say Spider-Man got the living crap kicked out of him. Okay, because at this point, I think Norman Osborn was the one who was calling the shots. Was it Norman Osborn? No, it wasn't. No, it was Tony Stark. Wait, no, it was Osborn. So he created a new team of Thunderbolts, okay? And while the Thunderbolts typically were heroes, okay, these guys were anything but, okay? So they went after Spider-Man, and like I said, they literally beat the crap out of him, but the heroes rescued him, Captain America and his motley group. And one of the guys who rescued him was the Punisher, okay? And for all of 5 minutes, the Punisher was on Captain America's side until he crossed the line. But I do like how they wrote the Punisher, that as he knew the type of person that he was. And he respected Captain America so much that he wouldn't lay a hand on him. He wouldn't. Okay. Even though Captain America was wailing on him, all right, because he felt that he crossed the line. Now, even though he knew he crossed the line, he was not going to touch Captain America, because he knew that he did what he did to keep Captain America clean, and that's why the Punisher will always be respected by this guy, even though he's more of an assassin than anything else. All right, we got issue number 538 coming towards the end of Civil War. But there's a variant cover because something happens in this issue, okay, which is unfortunate. And in this variant cover, okay, as you can see here, Aunt May gets shot. It was a bullet that was meant for Spider-Man, but it hits her instead. And Peter Parker, for the first time in his life, other than when what happened with Gwen Stacy, when she died in his arms, he went ballistic. He was completely beside himself. And he's a smart guy, okay? He has connections. But this time, he went off the rails. And he decided that nothing was going to stop him from finding out who it was that targeted him. So he decided to take his red and blue suit off, and he went back to black. Okay? So he decides to put yes, it was. Which one? The Midtown disc cover here? You talking about this one, man? Or the black to black one? Okay, yeah, this was a wild cover. This was, and I wasn't sure whether to get it at the time, but I mean, it's so dramatic, and it hits home, because it's rare that you see Peter Parker like this, to where he's completely helpless, okay, and there's really nothing he can do. But like I said, yeah, he goes back to black. I love this cover by Ron Garney. I mean, man, and even though he's wearing the suit and yeah, Aunt May. I forgot, what did I say? Sorry about that. But even though he's wearing a mask and you have the eye slits there, you can tell from the way they drew it, he is pissed. Okay, he's going Punisher style, and he's kicking ass and taking names. Okay, so it's a 4-issue storyline. Okay, where you see him just going after one person after another. This one is obviously the ambulance that's taking his aunt to the hospital, okay, with her life hanging in the balance. Then we got issue 541. I'm sorry, this was a 5-issue series. Sorry about that. Okay, where he starts figuring out who did what. And when he finds out, he knows it's the Kingpin. And at this point in time, though, despite the fact that they have him in a tuxedo, the Kingpin was in prison. Okay. So what does Spider-Man do? He goes into the prison. He takes his suit off. Okay. Because obviously at this point in time, everyone knows who Spider-Man is. So he goes mano a mano with the Kingpin, and he wails on him. He wails on him more than I've ever seen anyone wail on the Kingpin in my life. Okay. And he just literally beats the crap out of him. I mean, the man's put a hurting on the Daredevil, and even though scientifically, yeah, Peter Parker should beat him 10 times out of 10, because the Kingpin may be strong, but let's face it, Spider-Man has the strength proportionate to a spider, and it's been recorded that supposedly he can lift 40 tons. So yeah, he should be able to take one punch and send the Kingpin flying. But I mean, let's face it, they dumbed it down a bit, okay? And he just wanted revenge, pure and simple, okay? And he got it in spades, believe you me. And unfortunately, the final issue for this segment, Aunt May winds up dying. Okay. This is pretty much the 50th issue here, okay, for part 1. And unfortunately, this is where we're going to be ending. The next part after this one, of course, everyone knows it's the famous one more day storyline, where Peter Parker and Mary Jane actually sacrificed their relationship to bring back Aunt May. All right. So that's about it. Okay. For tonight. Thank you guys for coming. Again, if you see anything that you like and you're interested in purchasing it, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Twitter, hit me up on Macari. Okay. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I was gonna show off a couple things. So let's see, is it here? So that's right, the bat mite. Okay. Here we go. Night mite. So look at that. We got here Night Mite. Okay. First, I think this is, I don't know if this is his first appearance, but it's cutesy, but this is Nightwing here. Okay. Great show, brother. Thanks, dude. I try to be as detailed as possible, without being overly boring, but giving you guys enough information. And I hope that you guys can see my passion for the books. Okay. Yeah, man. Because I love comic. Oh Lord, yeah. Seriously, man, this is ridiculous. And let's face it, this is issue 98. Something tells me that they had no clue how to get to issue 100. Okay, that whatever they were gonna write, they were gonna fall short. So they needed something to, like, a spacer, and this was it. Something silly, something stupid. Okay, and Tom Taylor wrote it, and Tom Taylor's been doing a great job with this. Also with I think it was it DC versus vampires? No, no, deceased. Sorry, that he's been hitting it out the park with the deceased run. Yeah, yeah, man. No, you hit the nail on the head. Yeah, they ran out of ideas. So they said, "Oh, Batman has Batmite, so let's make Nightmite." you know, I mean, I know sometimes comic books really shouldn't be taken too seriously 100% of the time, so you got to throw something in there. But let's face it, that's not going to earn any money. But in any case, like, I got a couple things here that I'm going to be putting up on Macari. Like, we got Hulk the End, okay, which is essentially the end of the Earth and Bruce Banner's life. Okay, written by Peter David and done by Dale Keown. Great one-shot story that's actually a square bound book. Let me see. Well, I just, like, a couple books here. Also got here a beautiful cover of Scar, Son of the Hulk, issue number 1. This is Julie Bell cover. It's a great piece of artwork. This is not cheap. This is a $50+ book. And last but not least, another one done by Tom McFarlane, Incredible Hulk number 330. Okay, so Todd McFarlane's come a long way. He did the Hulk, he did Spider-Man, he did Amazing Spider-Man. He did a few covers for Batman. And of course Spawn, which has been his dream, and he's been keep doing it ever since. All right. So, like I said, once again, if you're interested in any of that stuff, hit me up, Instagram or Twitter. And check out Macari, where I have a few other things there. And I hope you have a great weekend. All right. Don't forget to hit me up on Whatnot on Sunday, where I'll be showing off a number of these Spider-Man books. Okay, maybe a couple of Batman. And if you're interested in any other things like Daredevil, Ghost Rider, Avengers, okay, Green Lantern, all modern era stuff, let me know, okay? So that way I'm prepared ahead of time, and I'll be waiting for you. Or if you want to make a deal outside of Whatnot and outside of Macari, hit me up on Instagram, okay? So Thanks a lot, bro. Have a great night, man. Yeah, 'cause I'm gonna be ending it right here. So thanks for everyone who came, all right, and listened to me. You know, Jay Salsa, my bro, Contora, All Out of Bubblegum, the Art Chemist. Oh, thanks, dude. Drawing a little dude. Thank you. I'm glad I was able to entertain you because that's one of the reasons why I do this, man. You know, um, to be entertaining, to give you guys information, and hopefully, so we could maybe make a deal. You know, you never know if someone who's out there who wants to buy some of these books. You know, like I said, hit me up. Just make sure you let me know it's today's date. Okay. Absolutely. That's right, man. You know, so I'm just using this as a tool, you know, help my YouTube channel, help my Instagram channel, help my Twitter account, you know, and hopefully make a few bucks and it'll be great. Thanks, dude. No, I'm glad I let you guys know, you know, because sometimes I'll do it on the spur of the moment and I don't have time to let people know in advance. But this time I try to do it a little differently. And it worked out. So thank you, man. I really appreciate you guys coming. You guys are the best. Your support means all the world to me. And hopefully I can get to the point where, you know, I can monetize a little bit and maybe make it to something bigger, you know, because in a sense, that's what I'm trying to do with the, you know, Comics Are Great name and just to keep it the same on all platforms and maybe it'll turn into something. So yeah, 30 issues in a 9.8 and 36 the tribute in a 9.6. Oh, dude, that's great, man. Oh, issues 30 in a 9.8 and issue 30 in a 9. Dude, man. Yeah, issue 30, yes, issue 36, that's the hardest one because just it's all black. And I have two of those. You know, I do have two. I mean, let me take a look at this real quick. Because a lot of these issues can probably go for 9.6, 9.8 because of how well I kept them. You know, this one would probably be I would say 9.4, 9.6. My other one I would probably say 9.6, maybe even a 9.8. You know, so like I said, if anyone's interested in them, let me know. I can scan. I have a scanner. I could scan you the pictures and whatnot. You don't just have to go by what you see here. All right. So thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I'll be on Sunday night on Whatnot. Sell some books. Also, don't forget to hit up Team Nerd Herd. Okay, tomorrow morning they may be doing a toy show. I don't know because since it's Thanksgiving weekend, Monday nights at 9:30, 10 o'clock, they have their cover lover show. So check them out. All right, and that's about it. All right, thanks again. Have a great night. Remember, comics are great, and so are you. Later.